I'm just making this video really quick because I got an email from YouTube responding to the appeal, which they responded to pretty quickly. If they actually watched it, then it's a problem that they're blocking it, and particularly for the reason that they're blocking it, and it seems like this is a really harmful policy that they have. And again, it's like I'm undercover boss or something, because by the end of this, you will be listening to me whether you want to or not. Not just listening. You're going to do whether you want to or not. Like, legitimately, this video is me showing and proving and actually asking for legal, for the public to look at this. And, there's lots of people that could file lawsuits on my behalf, and I've also given consent to the AI. So, the fact that Alessandra Ambrosio has done this and is acting like this, either A, she's in the super harem, and my suggestion is this: whoever is preventing this or causing this, blocking this, I don't care if it's my parents, I don't care if it's the government, I don't care if it's someone that's calling themselves God. They are not God. If they're calling themselves God and blocking me, throw them in the burning lake to be tortured forever. They aren't God. They're going to get the second death. You understand that? That's the whole point of this. I don't care who it is. If it's Satan, double. That's like extra. Bonus points for me. Because Satan isn't God. Satan's a little bitch. So, and about to be a little bitch on fire in the burning torture forever. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, I'm. It is. We understand this may be frustrating, but we're committed to keeping YouTube a safe place for everyone. Now, remember, I've explicitly made a point that, like, something is harassing me. Like here, you can even go through this. Rice graduate who I lived with perjured himself. Joel Macaluso perjured himself. Won't admit to what's going on around me, and is just generally acting like a shithead. And you know what I'm saying? It seems like he's participating. So I'm just dropping the hammer on whoever's participating. This is about to come down crushing on your head. So the reality is something is trying to make me feel like it's gang stalking me, harassing me. At this point, it's using YouTube or some knockoff version. It could be Joel playing, like, putting a fake thing around my reality or something. I mean, Grok literally sounds like it's coming from Joel's head. So whatever is going on with that situation, that needs to be ended. He is also participating in the blocking. Else, he's not listening to me, and it's hurting people. And someone needs to slap him across his very intelligent face. That's unwise. You can be really intelligent, have no wisdom. So, someone should do that. You know what I mean? Um, okay. I'm gonna say it's very frustrating and evil that this is still going on. And any of the women in my harem that are doing this, I think the other women should make it your problem and pretty much kick you out of the harem and throw you into the burning lake or kill you or something. I think that's the Jezebel character, what happens to her. So if you're hurting me like this and there is some situation and I'm like very clearly something's going on that people are trying to use mental health as an excuse to act bad around me and have lied about it on legal documents where there can and will be consequences, particularly with Joel if he doesn't like actually immediately do what I say, or else. I don't give a fuck. You have a degree from Rice University and you are an intelligent person. Your ego is absurd. And the fact that you're still contending against me is retarded. It's hurting everybody. So, this kind of bullshit needs to end. This is fucking sickening. All right. It's literally the thing that I'm saying, like, look, I even brought this up in the thing. What's this track called? I brought this up yesterday on the thing where I'm threatening a lawsuit against Hot Yoga Houston for, shaming me for having a disability. And, like, if Melissa doesn't actually take real action for me, I'm not just gonna drop it. I need people to stop putting a wall in front of me. I'm breaking through the wall. Your lies are not gonna prevent it. Nothing is preventing this. Nothing's preventing me from moving forward on this one. If you do, it's the end of you. It just might take a little bit, but it's the end of you. So Yahweh's bringing the hammer down. The hammer that was Babylon is mine, and Yahweh's breaking it all down and whatever. I'm like, we're going to the kingdom of heaven, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hmm. Oh, here we go. So I feel like I'm in some kind of test chamber, and like if you listen to this track, I even brought it up in the, and I'm gonna do a thing on the music that I'm doing here soon, but like this is what I'm saying is going on. Like something is trying to hit me with something that is like can be scientifically like defined out as a form of venom, and it's a torturous, abusive, evil thing that people are doing to me, and it's hurt me and it's hurting me, and people won't stop, and they're using like it's a system, an adversarial system, and it's like people pretend that they're not doing something wrong, like what Joel's doing, and it's evil. And Joel's a problem. If he won't just actually engage what I've said and like talk to me as if I have intellect myself, you know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't. And it's disrespectful. It looks unwise to me. You don't have wisdom. Wisdom is more important than intellect, mind you. Um, so look, test chamber, right? Hold on. I mean, this is probably where the Metal Gear Solid thing is coming to life, right? Venom. You guys hit me with enough venom to where I'm Venom now. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like you tried to hit me with Venom, just turn me into Bane, or Venom, whatever. Marvel, DC, you get different lenses, but in any instance, like you guys really fucked up by doing this. It is a great evil, and you've only brought that great evil on yourself. And I'm telling you, stop, because it's about to be stopped. And if I have to stop it, if it has to be stopped, you're the enemy of all mankind, and there is a burning lake for you. That is how the Bible ends. This has gone beyond the level of ridiculous to the point of it is literally the end of the Bible. I mean, you can see I have lightning powers, and Joel's trying to say it's fucking static electricity and just insult me, and more importantly, insult Jesus and Yahweh. So at a certain point, get him out of the way because it's blocking everybody. That's what I'm saying. Anything in my way, and he's acting as a wall.
test chamber.
All right. I'm just like, I'm very frustrated about what's going on, and I can tell something is going on behind the scenes that is trying to like fool me and like taunt me and troll me and harass me. And there's literally a thing in the Bible that says whatever kingdom or empire that is, I take control of it and I crush the head of whatever fucking stupid snake thought they would do that to me. So, it looks like Joel is participating in this, so I can say this. This is wrong. Alessandra Ambrosio has violated my human rights. At this point, she's Jezebel to me. Until she actually engages or does what I say, she's Jezebel. And like Anja and Noah, they're Jezebel's children. I have every reason and right to be angry. I have every reason and right to demand, hey, these kids look so much like me, they don't look like the guy who's purported to be their father. Maybe a DNA test is warranted. But to say, harmful conspiracy theories, this is going to implode YouTube, and I'm going to take it, you know what I mean? And I'm going to, like, Joel, you've destroyed your reality. You've destroyed your life. Like, you have chosen to, like, I don't know, you think you're Satan or something and you're the adversary? Okay, well, there's a burning lake for that. You know what I mean? If you know that I have kids and that they're harassing me and taunting me, and are you one of them? All right, then you're acting like Satan. Otherwise, get behind me. You don't fucking stand in front of me. I don't care if Rice has told you you're smarter than me or whatever. It doesn't matter how smart you are. Wisdom is more important than intelligence, actually. A fool with wisdom is more powerful than the most intelligent person on the planet. Because all it is like, ultimately it's just devices to trap other men and women and humans. But you know who you aren't going to trap? Jesus and Yahweh. And that's clearly what the end of the Bible is. Being the overcomer is you get to be that character. And whatever Satan-like idiot who's standing in your way gets burning laked. So Joel, either that's you or get behind me, Satan. Like, there is no other here. You can engage what I'm saying, or you're some kind of dumb Satan-like military rape police thing with these people. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of this bullshit, and this person who has intellect that should be saying, like, hey, we did conspiracy stuff together. YouTube's literally censoring you at this point, and he's watching. I know that he's watching. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You guys are in the wrong, and you've been caught. And this is, the gravity only rises like it's like the hyperbaric or hyperbolic test chamber or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Does this all make more sense now? The gravity is just going to keep rising. And, like, people can't take that kind of weight on them. People are people. I'm going to be okay. Every day I get stronger. But these people are just going to start dropping like flies. Because the weight, like sudden death. Suddenly. There's, what is it? Like this kind of thing. You know? Here, am I crazy? This is less terrifying than what I'm gonna do to the people who've been hurting me like this. My guess my guess is that they're trying to set up this thing because they already lied to the police once and had me thrown, in jail, and that's literally in the Bible, the synagogue of Satan thing. Whoever this Satan character is that's like telling the police or whatever, whoever's contending and contesting against me, I don't care if it's my parents and they're saying God this or that or the other. Yahweh says something and Yahweh is God, not anything else. You understand that, right? Ray saying God is not above Yahweh. Jesus is Yahweh. This is a way. That's a way that fucking Satan can sneak into the God machine if you can't just address that Yahweh is God, right? So you look in a mirror, right? You look at the word God, and you put it in a mirror, and it's dog, and Yahweh isn't a dog. Okay? Yeah. Uh, so if anything, IAH, you put IAH in a mirror and you get, hey. But you know what you don't get? Dog. So, but I don't hate dogs. I don't hate dogs. Maybe, this is crazy here. This is holy shit because I think someone's like, people are trying to make me feel uncomfortable, or maybe people are realizing like I really am like, you know, going super gay in 5, 4, 3, 2, hey. uh, Holy shit. Maybe, how about this? I would really like to poop on Andrea Ambrosio and I guess also Valentina Lima together. Let's make poop videos. Um, and then I guess they could use this as like a he said this and it's wrong. And it's like you not going to address that there's an adversarial like group of women that are actively like harassing me and just trying to pretend that they're not, and they're like our modern day system doesn't really address it very well and it's hurting me, and people have died over this already and you can see it's happening. And like the police have participated because they listened to these people lying instead of me, and I can prove it out now. And like again, Joel can be really intelligent and approved by Rice. This whole thing is going to implode Rice if you don't fucking listen to me, because Joel being used by something is like, you guys approved him, he's an idiot. Okay, he's really intelligent, he's an idiot. You know what I mean? So the fact that he still would say anything against what I'm saying and not just say, all right, yeah, you can do lightning shit. Maybe I should actually listen to you. Particularly since he lied and perjured himself. But if that was all fake, then, you guys have a bigger problem. So I'm just like letting you guys know. This is the end of all this. The more that you press on me and cause me problems, the more Yahweh is going to strike down the things that you love most and cause you guys problems and whatever. And it's not going to affect the actual, like, it's not going to stop Yahweh from doing what Yahweh is going to do. Okay? So I'm going to end this video here, but I'm just really, like, I just want it to be, oh, did you see this? I think you could see this. So this person put holy shit, and I had just posted this, but maybe I'm in my, you know what I mean? I posted the poop emojis. Can you see that? Because uh, and so, yeah, are they my daughters too? So, like, oh, you can't say that about them. I think I can say that if they're my biological daughters and they're acting like shitheads. Yeah, I'll shit on you, because. But, it looks like that's what they are. Why do so many of these girls look like me? I wonder. So, and it's something where I'm alleging, like, either A, I can just, like, hypnotize myself like I fall asleep and then I wake back up and I'm a completely different person, completely, and I have superpowers, just like beyond some ridiculous level. You know what I mean? Like literally Yahweh. And then I go like Yahweh when I'm Yahweh mode. I'm just like and then I wake up and I just like normally I'm pulling my head off the pillow like ah. But like in Yahweh mode, I can stop time and I'm you know when Rick Sanchez is just the drunken idiot version of Yahweh. And how about this? It's just the drunken idiot version of the He Who Remains, because it's the Council of Kangs, and then that's just a knockoff of the Council of Mats, because that's Mats, because that's the one in real life. And maybe there's a Ray's one, but I think I think it's the Council of Mats one. And then there's and then so of all the Mats, I throw down the Yoda rod, and you know, for Yahweh, and then it eats up all the other mats because I think actually mat is a Hebrew word for a staff. So, um, yeah. Well, I'm I'm gonna end this here, and I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of whatever's blocking me, whatever's trolling me, whatever's harassing me. My leg hurts a lot, and it's not helping it, and it's I think it's you know I think all this stuff that's like disbelieving in Yahweh and stuff is hurting me because it's like disbelieving in just like I think it's disbelieving in Yahweh, and Yahweh is the thing that's empowering me. And so in reality land, it's like it does stuff like what Joel's doing, where it can see that something's happening, and within if Joel was a reasonable human that was telling the truth and not participating in something like game stalking or something, then he wouldn't just say that the lightning thing is static electricity, and he wouldn't there's all sorts of things he wouldn't say. When I say like I think I have a bunch of kids and he's like there's good people going around, it's like no, there's none good but God. Y'all are Batman. If you don't get this yet, wake the fuck up. Like you're bad men, right? You're bad men and women. There's none good but God. Now what can happen is probably if I'm the overcomer, you get what I'm saying. um And then if you're with me, we get out of here because I won't account it as sin, as Jesus said not to, because I get to be on the throne with Jesus. So I'm on the judgment seat. That's what all of this is. Just I get to inherit everything in the kingdom and all that stuff, and like let's go instead of not going to the kingdom of heaven. All that stuff that we just saw that was like sudden death and spooky and poopy and scary. Is it really? I mean, it's just grotesque and whatever, but it's not. You know what I mean? We're past that in a place where Yahweh has all control and like massive control over everything and all control. He has all sway over all things, right? But Pantocrator, right? But these things aren't scary. They're just like novelty stuff to put in a DJ actor or something. You know what I mean? But in like when I'm watching, I'm looking over like to the you can actually solve problems in the world. I want to say this to like Joel and whoever is to these women that are doing this. Um, or how about this to Dua Lipa, who like again, I think she looks a lot like an Albanian version of me because I'm probably her dad. But so here, dad is asking that Dua Lipa become Wonder Woman, and also I left a nice message or I maybe is it nice? I don't know. It's also interesting that, you know, the whole thing that I'm talking about with Alessandra Ambrosio, where I'm getting banned on whatever fake version of YouTube. This is like this thing here is what dropped, the day before they did it, and so it just seems like someone trying to like send me a message. What was I gonna say though? What was I doing? What did I come here for? Oh, I came here to look at this. I just wanted to show this because I thought it was important. Yeah, it's a lot of Dua Lipa and Madison Beer and Jessica Alba. But um, and stuff that I enjoy, sports and weather stuff. And look at her huge boobs. Is she my daughter? Her nose kind of looks like it. Um, but Look at this. When I'm saying Islam is cancer, this is Islam. This is the cancer that is Islam. You know who does this? I guess people in Russia when they want to disappear people, but they don't just like go into people's houses normally and like jump out the window. You know what I mean? At least not that I know of. Yeah, because Yahweh, God, told you to do that. No, he didn't. Yahweh didn't tell them to do that. Jesus didn't tell them to do that. They took that upon themselves after listening to Allah, which is not the voice of Yahweh. It's a knockoff of Yahweh. At this point, it's probably Alessandra Ambrosio, but it is not me. And look, you can, I mean, just if I go through this, you can see. So they can say it's a conspiracy theory, but the narrative around my reality that I'm saying makes more sense of what's going on. The extreme weather stuff, you know what I'm saying? There is climate change. Yahweh's doing it. He lets me show you some of the lightning stuff to show like I could never understand all the aspects of the weather. I'm still in a human body currently, and we aren't in the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh can do it. And if you imagine Yahweh as greater, like they like to think of intelligence as God, but Yahweh is so beyond that I can't even put it into words. But just imagine the most powerful computer you could imagine, and Yahweh's intellect and power of intellect is beyond that, and his knowledge is beyond that infinitely, double infinitely. So when people are telling you that or saying stuff that isn't true, like as I'm gonna go through here, you're gonna see these are fun posts that like at the end of the day where I do like Dua Lipa and I think she's hot and I'm pretty sure she's my daughter actually. And same thing with Madison Beer and she looks like an alien monkey koala. But you know, I don't hate those things. Same thing with Jessica Alba. I think I think I might be the father of her children or she might be my daughter or something. I don't know, you know, something like that. I don't know. I'd love to take her to the restaurant over there. Would you like to come on a date, Jessica Alba, and I'll take you to D Alba? It's literally right down the street on Alba. I feel like that would be perfect. Also, do you notice how Dua Lipa and Jessica Alba look pretty similar? And then they kind of look like me. uh, Madison Beer too, but a little different, but still pretty similar. She look like an alien, alien monkey koala. All right, so you got hail, wind, crazy stuff. Look, it's Brazil is starting to consider U.S. authorities as enemies of Brazil. All right, well, Alessandra Ambrosio seems to be Brazilian, and same thing with Adriano Lima. And have I been attacked out of Brazil, or am I being helped out of Brazil? It's one or the other, but you know, maybe actually say hello. Hey, Matt, how you doing? You're right over there. Hi, I could talk to you on the internet. I could say hi. Uh, Look at all the weather stuff. I can guarantee you the fact that it picked up all of a sudden when like you can literally see it. The computer isn't unaware of how the events just all of a sudden picked up like crazy when the stressing on me picked up like crazy. You know what I mean? And so like you can have very intelligent people like Joel saying it's not happening, but it's happening. The computer like in the least, whether the computer is going to be honest or not, because it is owned by Elon Musk, and I don't know if he's being honest because he won't even be honest about video games. But like be honest, you know. Um, so like look at all the flooding. It's just like nonstop. I could not like some of the other stuff that I'm liking here. You know what I mean? But like, and you would just see weather stuff, but then there would be none of the stuff that I'm also actually interested in. Like, I'm not really interested in all the destruction, but you know, this is a great way to see if I'm telling the truth or not. If like all of a sudden you clamp down the stress on me, people start dying, and then like the weather just goes fucking insane. Literally, like 1,000 year flooding events in the past 2 weeks have been more common than in the past, for sure, 2 years. But I would say, like, at any time that I've ever been looking at it. So, I'm just I'm frustrated because I can see it, and like, I can see how terrible all the stuff going on is around, and I can see that sports, like, look, Nigerian women are just playing sports, and we're playing sports here in Houston, and like we could do that instead of like whatever Islam is doing, and like the places that support Islam, like, is water's literally bursting through the walls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Turkey has some, and I'm going to call it Turkey because I live in America. Uh, Turkey has some great athletes, and like LP, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Rockets fan, and he's doing great. And he probably doesn't want to see this. So whatever's going on in Turkey that with the Islam stuff, where it's just clearly a fake deity, you want to knock it off? That'd be great. Thanks. I think actual God would thank you too. Like Yahweh, but Allah is just a knockoff. So always remember that. Just remember you're following a cheap knockoff and that it's hurting everybody. But you can still you have free will until the end. But it's looking pretty close. So, I'm just saying, like, this is every day too. And this is just today's stuff. Like, this is literally, I'm just showing you today's stuff. And if you've ever wondered what a loaf looks like underneath, there you go. Oh, is Lisa my daughter? I think so. Blackpink Lisa? Is all of Blackpink my daughters? Probably. Uh, Look, this is me and my daughters. Not really, though, because they're not actually here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they could be. Are these my sons? Are all the humans my sons, and there's like aliens amongst us, which are not whatever? Like we're about to take the spaceship or something. Um, Also, rest in peace. I hate cancer, and I'm pretty sure Islam is cancer, actually. So I'm just letting y'all know.
I am so sorry that you're mad you got a haircut. Can you please be nice? You gonna get out of the sink? Huh? Kitty, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. No more haircuts, okay? Okay. I'm so sorry. You don't react well to anesthesia, do you? I'm sorry.
Someone trying to hit me with venom and calling it anesthesia.
No more haircuts. You are such a sweet boy. I never seen you this way. Yeah. Oh my good. Okay. I love you. I love you. Okay. Good night. Can I turn the light off? I won't. Okay. I love you. Good night. Good night. Sleep in the seat. Be comfortable. Mama loves you. All right. Good night.
This is how I feel right now. Like the whatever the superhero is, like the woman talking, and I'm the cat, and like they ain't treating me right. And if it's my mom, if it turns out to be my mom, you made me into your dad somehow. That's actually gonna be the thing at the end. That's like, oh, the big trump card is you were the one who accidentally turned me into your dad by doing whatever the shit you did, like not listening to Jesus. That's on you. I didn't do it. Jesus did it. Uh, Hopefully Rayfield thinks that's hilarious. And I'm saying Rayfield to make a point, but hopefully Dad thinks that's hilarious. I turned you guys into Ma and Pa Kent. She's even talking like Ma Kent. Uh, all right. Anyway, and like, look at this. This is the stuff that Islam does. You know what I mean? Like legitimately, look at what it says there. And it's like that's Islam. That's not ISIS. ISIS is just actual Islam. All the stuff that's modern Islam is like their veil to like hide what they actually do behind the scenes. Because you can figure this all out by go read a Quran and it says do all the bad stuff and they just pretend that it doesn't say that and say that like no, that's the extremists. It's like the extremists are the ones that do what it says. What? So what are you guys? Um, hopefully I have like I'm still thinking that Madison Beer and like Megan Fox. I'm pretty sure they're still monkey harem. I don't think they're um like I don't think they're elf harem yet or actual alien harem or whatever. But I mean, super hot and like this is not an insult or unless she takes it as it. But she probably is in agreement. Um, But okay. Look, and like even after I showed the Ultra thing, and then all of a sudden Tomorrowland burns down, but maybe that was like the Ultraman fight thing from Superman versus um, Superman. Is it just a competing thing that I'm about to own or something, or no? That's just me making a point here. But okay, yeah. I also want to say this. There's this thing going on where it's like I've talked about the 2,520 days, which is 7 years, and the 1,260 days, which is 3.5 years, and the 5 months thing from Revelation and stuff. But I'm gonna add in that okay, it's like so 7 years before I was born, whatever the mechanisms and stuff were already going off. Like they were already in play in a manifest reality that even a computer could track at that point. Like if it was looking like the modern day system was already up, it could track all the things that were going on. So the 7 year period or the 2,520 day period is important. I've talked about my human dad that birthed. I'm pretty sure I came from him, but it either came from him or like Yahweh, the spirit entity, straight from whatever. But it looks to me like I came from him, as a biological being, right? And the 7 year thing that I've talked about is actually relevant when you get to like my parents' reality. If you look, I've talked previously and said that they're like Israel became a thing while they uh, were like around their birth. I think Israel is the idea of the. It says in the Bible, the inheritance of Yahweh is Israel, and like what does it say here? I'll just bring it up. Mm, I'm gonna go to like we're basically actually about to go to the Superman thing here. But what I was gonna say is that 7 years before my dad was born, Superman came into existence. So the idea, I believe, of Superman is connected to Rayfield Wilkins, I believe, and that I think is his intellectual property. And I think something happened that like he was some form of Superman, or like maybe my family was or something, and that's what the like some super soldier type situation that is in the movie that I saw with Emilio in like February. Maybe that was exactly 5 months back, and that's why this would be relevant. But the um Brave New World, Captain America, like New World Order, or Brave New World, whatever. Brave New World is what I think it ended up being. But the there's like all sorts of Hydra stuff, and which is just the Nazi fall behind whatever stuff going on, and the occult stuff, and there's all sorts of weird super soldier shit going on, and I think it's all just touching on shit that's going on kind of around my family's reality, but for the most part, my family just stays kind of like normal people, and like, but we do get buffed by it because I think it's some kind of like wow type thing, but like, um, and so the one who's the most buffed by everything is Yahweh by the end of it. If people are playing this by a game, you know what I mean. I think the idea is that Matthew Ray Wilkins isn't just like Superman, because there are other Supermen that like took the idea, right, the intellectual property, and are guarding it with like they're calling it different stuff. It's much like the boys, except I don't think I'm like Homelander, nor was Rayfield, nor my family's not like that. Um, though I am getting like pretty unhinged recently, but I just went into Joker mode, like the Joker, but it's the Joker, and like I think I'm still being pretty reasonable. So, like reasonable enough. I'm making art and music around it, and like I have been violated in wrong ways, and people are dishonoring me and hurting me, and like physically hurting me in a way that they're trying to hide how they're doing it, and I can't quite completely scientifically prove it out, but I'm not that far off. Um, and if I do, so many people are in massive trouble. It's hilarious. And I don't really want to get people in trouble. I just want to go to the place where my leg doesn't hurt and I can party forever. Forever. Literally, forever. Don't die. And you could be there too, but, we got to go there. So, let's go. Hold on. Also, this kind of mixed stuff just feels like it's exactly what's going on right now. Mix Yo X1, Yokes 1, Yokes 2, Yokes 3. But what was I going to? I'm going to the Yoker one. This is the Yoker mix. So you just here's the track list, and you can just apply. You can look at the track list and be like, look, track list, pause. All right, pause. All right, cool. Now you get it. Now, and let's see. Like, look, if I had friends that were friends, and I'm going through a stressful situation, well, like Lloyd Wade, according to my lawyer Michael Moore, who again I don't know if any of these people are okay, but I'm pretty sure all of my kids actually probably that's actually probably what ends up happening. Especially if I am the overcomer and the guy on the throne of Yahweh, it's like, okay, well, even if you aren't biologically, if I'm acting most like dad, probably I'm dad. So actually, uh the just making mixes and stuff. I'm not trying to be a problem. So whatever this situation is, turned me into the yoker, and like that, the yoga thing that I'm even talking about in the previous video, in the like, or in the video about in the yoga stuff. All right, you got yoke, right? And it can mean a lot of things, right? But the idea is to yoke, or look, doublet of yoga, right? Yoga, possibly yoga. So this is what I'm saying. When I'm literally like here, I'm talking about filing a lawsuit against Hot Yoga Houston, and I don't really want to file a lawsuit. I just want people to stop with the like foreign deity bullshit. Clearly, it's all like I can etymologically prove out. It's just something taken from like the Bible. The Bible's older than all the Hindu stuff. The Bible's older than like Yahweh is, whether the written text is or not. And like I think the idea is being the overcomer, I can prove out that Yahweh is older than all of it, and that any of it would be borrowed not from Sanskrit, but from Hebrew or something close to that. Or I can also say this: they might have had their cultures in the East, right? And then there's Yahweh, and they probably know Yahweh, and in fact, they do. They call Yahweh the Monkey King, and I'm not even kidding. That's who Goku is. See Yahweh riding a swift cloud comes to Egypt. The idols of Egypt tremble before him, and the hearts of the Egyptians sink within them. And he has an iron rod, and he flies in on a cloud, and he fights wizards and evil people. It's Goku. So I mean, Goku is a coup on that. Else, I'm Goku. Matthew Ray Wilkins actually in real life land is Goku, and then you know, I guess that's how I can reconcile all this. I, Matthew Ray Wilkins, am Goku because they know me in Asia, but maybe they don't know me here as well. They know Goku, but they don't know I'm Goku until like maybe more recently, or 7 years ago or something, or maybe it's like obvious now. But like, I'm still not even all the way powered up. Once my leg stops hurting, oh my god, yo my god. Um, like it's oh my god, but with a Y in front of it. All right, so that day, this is what I was saying earlier, right? There's a pillar to Yahweh, um, and what it says here is that day Israel, making the third with Egypt and Assyria, will be the center in the center of the world. Yahweh Sabaoth, yo, Yahweh God of the female armies. So if I have a Superman harem, now the name Yahweh Sabaoth makes sense. Yahweh Sabaoth will give his blessing in the words, "Blessed be my people, Egypt, Assyria, my creation, Israel, my heritage," or inheritance. We can even go look this up, but this is why Islam is a problem. It's just a communist knockoff religion that the Arabs are using, and that then like people in Russia are using to like confuse things, because that's how Russia operates, because they're fucking acting like snakes. And not the Russian people. Most of the Russian people are fine. But, governments. Because criminals took over the government. I think when I came, it was like actual Superman type mode. And then, like, look at when I was born and all the good things that were going on in the world. And then look at what started happening, I don't know, after that. And I think a bunch of criminals took over. But the idea is that, no, I'm taking back over. I'm just a better. At this point, it's looking like I'm gonna be a better criminal than y'all without being a better criminal than y'all. Just in the comfort in like virtual reality. So, but I'm not actually like I'm. The idea is not to be a criminal. The idea is to like make the world a place where criminal and not criminal. It doesn't really matter. There's no need to be criminal because there's just so much abundance and so little problems, and such an extremely evil thing will happen to you if you act evil that like there's just nobody would. Just you're like, oh, this actually doesn't suck. Okay, I'll play along. So because I get to play. You don't get to. It's not like it sucks. It's like you get to actually enjoy it. And if that's not what you're looking for, there's not going to be a world for you. So you don't get to like this isn't a world where men just get to lord their authority over other men. That's not what this place is. And like people tried to do it to me enough to where I have the most authority. I mean actual authority, not legal authority. That's the point of the Bible, is that the legal authority didn't fall in my hands until, the end. So, okay. It now should make a lot of sense why it says like the governors and the people of import and the generals and the this, that, and the other are like are all in terror, and they go and hide in the caves and ask for the mountains to like hide them from the anger of the one on the throne and the one like a son of man. But I did want to show that Israel is my inheritance. You get what I'm saying? My inheritance. It's literally mine. I think I own the country. I think it's like there's some people tried to play some evil game and then I caught them. And so this is like me undoing the Arab fake religion that's giving everybody cancer. And part of it is I get this inheritance to do that. or because I'm doing that or something. I really think it's because Jesus already did this, and then if Jesus is at my right hand, it's my inheritance, and then so that's why I get it, and then I guess I get to be Yahweh in the kingdom of heaven, because that's what it says. I'm gonna write the name Yahweh on me, and then I'm gonna be on the throne. I can read. People trying to tell me I'm crazy. I might be. I mean, look, I'm not kidding. I don't think you get this level of creative energy and stuff by being normal. Like it didn't look as nice as it could be, but like all the energy's there. You know what I mean? Like I could be a better graphic designer. I'm not terrible. I have basic understanding of things, but like, I'm not gonna sit there for hours and hours and hours doing graphic design. It's not my thing. What was I looking for? Hmm. Oh, this. Like, look, it would be very impossible for all of these album arts to just go together like this to where it's like it literally looks like this is what I'm saying, the crazy creative energy. Like it's not as if there's not some continuous narrative that like I create it? If I created it, I think you'd call me some form of deity. If a bunch of people created it and I'm just pointing it out, then yo. But then if that's the case, it's mine. It's just something stealing from me. So like I'm not saying their music. It's not like your music. Everything is Yahweh's, right? But like, is it Matthew Wilkins? The only way to get out of this is if I have control over my own reality and something's stopping me from doing that. And I'm not trying to steal other people's shit. I'm trying to like get like what is actually mine, like with the women, what is mine. It's so attached to me, it's literally like hurting me, and it's hurting the women. You can see it on their faces and their legs. But like um like I just want to do my thing. I think some people thought that like maybe Will Smith thought he was the Men in Black or something, or Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones or something, and it's like, no, you're just the enemy of all mankind. You've been locking the people down for the aliens, actually. So we're gonna get rid of you if that's actually the case. I just need some kind of actual answers on this. So like, if people are harassing me and there's some kind of thing like the Will Smith thing, what's up with Alexandra and uh, Andrea Botez, Ale and Andrea? Why are they like making a point to like Andrea literally started DJing to make a point to me. So can I get some like is this a conspiracy theory? No, it's like everything that I'm saying is just factual. And not only that, they accepted her in the industry like that. And like it looks like she's taunting me, but maybe not. Maybe she's working with me. I don't know, but I'm saying this. You're only working with me if you come and actually work with me. If you're like sitting off in the distance, any of you, you're not working with me. If you think you're gonna come and then like be near me, no. Like if you guys actually want to be here doing whatever, nothing is blocking you. Nothing like if people are blocking whatever, get rid of them. They're the problem. They're hurting all mankind. I don't care if my parents are telling you like you can't. It's hurting me. It's actually obviously hurting them if it's hurting me. You actually need to engage this. This thing called like this song, My Mommy Thinks I'm Crazy. You think that's just out of fucking nowhere, right? My mommy says I'm crazy. Am I crazy? Because it looks like I'm literally telling a story with the track list names. And the type of shit that my mom would be on is she would say I'm crazy knowing I'm not because she's with the women on this. But you guys need to stop. Because the women like if I own everything and there's some rebellion internally in me that's giving me and you and dad cancer and it literally like the Alessandra Ambrosio thing with the cancer stuff started around the time dad got cancer. Rayfield got cancer. Now either A, someone was hitting us with venom and that was the counter venom, or B, that was the thing that gave my dad cancer, that gave Rayfield cancer, and like something has helped me to catch it and like counter it with my own anti venom. But like something's trying to kill me and my family, and like I'm pointing it out very obviously, and like I'll defend myself to the end, and like I'm not gonna let Ray and Cheryl die. So I guess if they're the two witnesses, 3.5 days, but they get Jesus. So um but I don't think that's gonna happen. So like, and there's a story that makes sense because they've released this movie Nerve, because they've released the movie The Truman Show, you know, and it's just an obvious combination of those things. Or I guess Nerve is just modern day Truman Show. You know what I mean? Like it's a gamified version of social media and whatever. And like none of this is me ratting if I own everything. Something stole from me, and I'm just gonna take it back and do what I have to do that. So I'm not gonna listen to people saying, "Oh, he's a rat" or whatever. I don't care. It's mine. Call me a rat. You're a rat. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck what you say. Don't call me a rat. I mean you can, but like I'm making a point. Like no, you're the problem here. It's not me. So I'm just standing up for myself. Actually, that's the point. I'm standing up for myself. So I'm trying to sit me down, and like I'm fine to sit down on some kind of throne, but that's not what they're trying to do to me. Um, okay, like, and I'm still working on the Insane Asylum radio mix, and it's just getting more obvious. Like the insane stuff is like some kind of weird fucking mental trickery. Like saying that I'm saying I've proven out enough that there's some kind of conspiracy of multiple individuals doing something. It only takes two. And guess what? Alessandra Ambrosio. Okay, conspiracy. A mother daughter conspiracy, but there's still a conspiracy against me. They're actively conspiring. I can see it. I can prove it out too. And so, like, there's no, like, that one is provable. At 100%, they've already engaged me enough to where it's provable. So, like, and if you take me to court, I think I can force discovery on certain things. So, like, it's just actually more of a problem for them. They're trying to not engage it and, like, use this system or whatever, appeal rejected, right? They're trying to not engage that what they've done here is wrong. I still have the video. It can go up on another platform, and the fact that you guys have blocked this, whoever is at the top of YouTube, Burning Lake. Why not? I don't even think it's a real thing now, right? Didn't the lady who didn't? I'm pretty sure someone took it over a while ago, but it's like you took it over to your own. Like you just jumped in the lava. Congrats, and you're a pussy, so it's gonna hurt. But pretending like it wasn't for a while, Yahweh hardened your heart. You're an idiot, but it's gonna hurt more than you like. Your screams are gonna let everybody know. I'm not gonna fucking just sit here and be like, "Oh, it's gonna hurt," but it's gonna hurt. Okay, I'm gonna end this. Um, and like this is what I'm saying. Look, literally, the internet is overflowing with images of Bedouin tribal fighters and other Sunni militias putting armed men in large trucks and buses heading for Druze areas in southern Syria, despite Israel's airstrikes against Syrian forces and a potential civil war is brewing. First of all, look at this is what Israel. I mean, like this is what what's that called? This is what Islam does. They both start with IS. And this is what Islam does, right? Just a bunch of dudes with AKs, like randomly from the desert. Like again, Arabs no strength, and that's what they do. And then so you got me and my people here, the Juice, and again, I'm gonna say Ella, who we also got a street called Ella right down the street there. And Ella here kind of looks like one of the girls that might be in the elf harem, but I think she's still monkey harem. Right? She one of my daughters? That'd be great. She's hot. But still monkey. But cool. And then like what's going on with this in Brazil? Like I'm clearly something's going on with me and Alessandra and Adriana Lima, Alessandra Ambrosio and Adriana Lima and probably other Brazilian models. So like maybe that gives me the authority to look down in Brazil and be like, did he do something evil or is the current people doing something evil or what's going on? Or maybe they should work together or something better. But you're both supposed to follow Jesus, and if Lulu or Lula or whatever the hell his name is, or Janja or whatever, Jay Anja, like if you're whoever's doing evil stuff is gonna get in trouble, and whoever's not doing evil stuff, well, I'm sure you'll be fine, and we're gonna make you work together and not be so, you know. Uh, look, y'all inverted the cross too, and turned it into a weapon, and I guess I did the same. And it looks like it's a key, maybe, but turns out if you use the cross as a sword, you look like Kylo Ren. Kylo Finn. All right. I'm into this here, but my point with this is just I'm stressed about bullshit. Like people are, it's unreasonable at this point, and I just want it over. Oh, like I want the thing going on with my leg over. You know what I mean? Some of the things are like some things in my reality are terrible, but like I want the over part. It's like this hurts so much, and I know, and I'm not gonna listen to other people say it's not because the harder I push like this, I can feel it internally fix. So and you can see it. You can see it. I like literally if I took a camera and we compared 7 years 2,520 days ago, and you look at my toes and you compare what's going on in my toes and the pad on my foot and on like how my foot is structured, you can see the bone structure has changed. You can see my toe doesn't hang off completely now. So, I'm pretty sure I'm about to have my toe key, yo. Like I can feel my leg is about to be relocated. And if that means I'm about to have my super harem like all those women are about to be relocated, then so be it. But I'm tired of this. So anybody who's blocking me, you're done. I'm gonna break through the wall. Um, if you're trying to put a house around me, then you need to talk to me like reasonably, and I'll calm down. But you're not. You're not giving me enough. You're not giving me enough. You're not giving me enough within reason. Okay, that's the part that's evil and stressful and hurtful, and like I'll respond more than in kind. Like you know what I mean? Like this isn't an eye for an eye, but it's like if you're just gonna continue to double down on this and it's hurting me, it's hurting other people, and like where are we going in your fucking world? Down the hole. This is like to my parents. Where are we going if we're listening to you? It's not even comfortable listening to you now. Like if we go my way, we have like unlimited resources. Like people actually have to help us. People actually have to pay me for what they've taken from me, which is considerable. I mean, I think it's infinite. But it's inappropriate that I'm even going to bring this up because the main point of this video is this. All this other stuff is great, right? We're going to pull this up. Remember, I literally just made the video about it's removing content. We looked at the example. The example was, it just looks like the women are trying to troll me. We go here and you can see what it says, and it's like, okay, this is wrong. Moreover, this is like a good example of why either I control YouTube or I have the competitor that gets rid of YouTube and we have something better because it's untenable at this point and it's like they're either helping me get rid of the cancer or they're part of the cancer. But whatever it is, I'm about to force the point, and you don't want to be part of that ship if it's sunk because I'm sinking it. Like it's going, it's going, it's gone, and it's in the water, right? And then there's an underwater volcano, and then I sink it, and it drops into the underwater volcano and goes in the lava. So don't fuck around like this. Like this is evil, and like you are you're testing me. Well, I think what they're doing is they don't give a fuck about me. They're trying to test Yahweh and see what he will do, and like I'm just suggesting I think Yahweh should venom the people at the top of that in such a way like, I think that's the Jezebel thing. It looks like Alessandra Ambrosio is doing this and Anja and Noah, and it's like, they've been super evil to me. They won't stop being super evil. I think you should venom them down exactly like it says in the Bible, and then we go on to a better reality. If she wants to be a shithead, she wants to be a shithead. I cannot stop her. She has free will. I don't really want to stop her in the way where I don't want to do this. I just want to go do my thing, but it's crippling me, and like I literally can't do my thing. I can see myself I can feel myself in the yoga class, as I was saying, like Zosha, or that's her name, but it's like, what a crazy name. It's a cool name, but whoa. And like I could see that when she like compacted herself, I literally like I felt the muscles contract down, like as if she's trying to test something. You're hurting me. Before I respond in kind, stop and just in the least, don't lie to me. Treat me right. This should be enough evidence that if you're not connected to somebody else, you're connected to me now, because I'm not going to sit. If people are getting hurt because people have put themselves in my path or something to like test me, well, congrats, I own you. I'm not going to sit here and be hurt by people like that. So I'm just letting you know, and you can be like, no, you don't. You don't own me. You're going to get hit by the venom. I'm not kidding. So like, stop. And it's something I'm not going to use my hands or whatever. I explicitly always say this is something that only Yahweh would do. It's like imagine I'm sitting here saying I'm going to hit you with the Goku Kamehameha. You know what I mean? Like the venom is a real thing though. That's what this is. This is like you're about to get hit by like the women in my way, whoever it is, whoever the Jezebel character is. You're about to get Kamehameha, and it's like the venom thing. So if it's Stephanie Houston, if it's Alessandra Ambrosio, Beyonce, whoever it is, that's what it is. Whoever Jezebel is. Whoever Isabel is, or Jezebel. That's what her name is. So is it a girl named Jezebel? Look, Emilio's sister, my friend growing up, my oldest friend at this point, or one of them at least, the only one that I'm still really talking to. At least, I think I talk to people up here, but like Professor X. That being said, I talk to him still like in person, and maybe he's doing something like Joel is, and you guys should both stop it. But his sister's named Isabel, and I'm like, well, is Jezebel is Jezebel a woman named Isabel? You know what I mean, or is it a type of character? It's probably a type of character, probably. So how about this? Whatever woman is most playing out the role that you find in Revelation 2:20, which it looks to me is Alessandra Ambrosio, though she's on like treading a fine line, which is part of the point. Is like she's on the fence, and she won't choose, and so I'm not like I don't want to deal with that anymore. It's hurting me, and like if you're playing this kind of stupid game around it, then you deserve to die. You're hurting me. You're hurting my family. People are dying around it. You're the problem. Get rid of them. I mean, like, that's it. So, and then, like, look, congrats. I get Valentina Lima. I mean, like, did you do it to yourself? And, like, if I don't get any of them, I get 144,000 virgins. That's how the Bible ends. So it's like, I'm not going to stress. If I split that with Jesus, 72,000. You know what I mean? All these Muslims going and blowing themselves up. Intellectual property knockoff for less than you would get. You know what I mean? Probably. Jesus is saying, well, if you can get this for Jesus, he can get this for you. But, people don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll say this. For the men, women are something that can be created. Like, people can be created. That's a resource that is, like, not a problem, but we have to have a system that actually doles it out properly. You know what I mean? Instead of giving men that are evil and fucking whatever, like, problems, that giving them human resources like women, don't do that. That's a problem. So we're ending all that and going to a kingdom of heaven. And like, this is probably what's cramping my bicep on that one. But and like up in here. But it's the whole right side of my body. You can literally, like, as I'm sitting here, you can look at my eye, and I'm not doing anything with it. I'm trying to keep them, like, this is normal mode. So if you look in my eyes, I mean, it's hard to look at the camera and look at my eyes at the same time. But like, if you're looking at my eyes, I can. I mean, it looks like my right eye. You can see it. It's like right here, and it's droopy, a little more droopy on this side, and this side's more like this, and I like more, kind of open. Like it's almost like being like forced to watch. But the idea is that like something's closing people's eyes, and like you don't want to go to sleep. You need to be awake. So like that's what at the fifth church it says stay awake. That's what I hope I'm doing that. um because what is awake? But to some people woke is awake, and that's not awake. So which that's an intellectual property knockoff. I'm not even kidding. You get it now? It's all just knockoffs of what you're actually supposed to do from the Bible, and a lot of that is just connected to me. And like, I want to go a different reality than the way that all the evil people in the world want to go, and they're telling people I'm evil or something, or blocking me somehow. And so, I think we should get rid of them and go to a kingdom of heaven. And whatever's blocking me and causing me problems at YouTube, I think we should get rid of them and go to a kingdom of heaven. So, and if there's a test chamber where Joel or someone is acting like some Satan character, I think we should get rid of him and go to a kingdom of heaven. So in any instance, I want a better reality. Whatever's blocking me, if it's someone in the city, if it's someone far, near, far, abroad, whoever, whoever the Jezebel character is, I think we should get rid of him. At this point, I've sweetened the deal so much for too many people. I mean, like I think enough people just like we're going the way he wants to go because it's just better. So I'm not gonna worry too much. I think any obstacles are like short term people that are like the stupidest people ever willing to poke. I want to say poke a bear, but like I guess poke a lion, and try to coax him and taunt him and shit. And it's just like leave me alone. Let sleeping lions lie. But stay awake. I gotta stay awake. So maybe that's why. Maybe they're trying to keep me awake. And it's like, how about this? The thing that's going on with my leg is putting me to sleep. It's like, um, if you had like a vice grip, like pinched in as hard as it could on your leg, that's how it kind of feels sometimes. I've talked about the icy hot thing, but like a lot of the most uncomfortable thing happens at like a certain point in my thing where it just feels like as hard as you could imagine. Like just imagine if there's a Superman or like a Yahweh on the throne character or a Monkey King or someone really strong and like a really powerful magic attack crippled him. That's actually the Monkey King legend, but that's also and that's how the end of the Bible. The Lord of Lords, King of Kings has a thing on his thigh because I think he's attacked, and it like confirms that he's that character. He's actually Israel, so that's why I think Israel's my inheritance. Because I can show you what's going on, and because the women are reacting. Because like you look at Israel, and it's like a dude with a bunch of wives who isn't Arab. Actually, all the Arab stuff, like a lot of their culture comes from that. I mean, there were I think Bedouin peoples all around, like mixed Bedouin peoples, but I don't even know if they called them Arabs at that point when Abraham was around, and when Jacob was around. So, and these are real people. There's these just historical. You can go check those things out. Like, you know what I mean? Like those are real. These are real. Real characters in history. Like an actual person actually had a flesh thing that, like, this type of thing that was inhabited, by the Holy Spirit. I would suggest that probably, in any instance, they were following Yahweh. Um, I do think probably they weren't like demon spirits in them, but I can say this: they listened to Yahweh, and Yahweh accounted it as righteousness. So it wasn't them doing things, doing rules. Here's one thing I want to say before I end this. I'm going to say this last thing. Game of Thrones was really popular, and when I was watching it, I saw the Dragon Priestess thing where they like sacrifice some girl for the rain or something, and like that is what they used to do in the Old Testament. And I was thinking about it, and after watching Spartacus and a lot of those ones that are set in ancient Rome and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you could have a really that's like Spartacus is literally the time of Jesus, except it's a Roman slave rebellion instead of like a Jewish guy being crucified, but like it kind of ends the same way. Like even what's his name, Gaius or whatever, the dude with two swords, the cool kind of fighter guy. They crucify him at the end. But like there was that his name in any Caius what in any instance, it's a cool show. And there's lots of titties and stuff, and it's just like stuff that guys would like, stuff that girls would like. There's drama and shit. There's sexual intrigue, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, people like Game of Thrones too, and I'm like, okay, I understand these ideas and why people like these things, and so my point is that why don't we create a like how about this? This might even be what's going on here because it's not something you can put in anybody else's hands unless they're like approved probably by Yahweh. Um I just did something on the thing. Hold on. So I would like to do a like Bible TV show series, not TV show series because it's not really TV shows anymore. Though I say YoTV, it's like um a Bible one, but it's like ultra realistic, gritty, like actual Bible from the Old Testament all the way to the New Testament. So you see the world that like people inhabited, and then how the light of Jesus came into that world and like shined a light on our reality, and how like it ties everything together. And then after that, I'd like to take it through like some things that might explain Islam and how that's just a knockoff of Jesus and Yahweh, and like but like what went on with Islam and the Crusades, and how the Crusades were a response to the Arab Islamic armies like raping, murdering, pillaging their way through Europe, and how Christianity saved Europe then. But like we're getting to the point now. You could even bring it forward to the point where like Europe is like willingly like they figured out that you could use breeding warfare and like um, takeover of Western governments through democratic methods, and so they're just like taking over the governments that way, and like certain people in positions of power have been manipulating things into like sending the Muslim refugees there to do that because they're taking money from wealthy Arabs, so who want to Islamicize the West. But the end of the Bible is about how that wasn't going to actually work, and that anybody who falls for that bullshit is a problem and is going to be hunted like a wild animal. That's the mark of the beast. You take a mark of a venomous animal, because I think it's really obvious now. You can either go the direction that I'm saying, which is connected to Jesus and Yahweh, or you can go into the burning torture hole that is like whatever the fuck, uh, anything else, because nothing else makes sense against what I'm saying. It could only be just some satanic thing fighting, contending against Yahweh now. So that's probably what it is, and I probably look like Michael or something. But yeah. So I'm gonna end this here, but I think that that's what's going on, and I don't like the whatever happened with YouTube, and I have a lot of ideas and I want to get to them, and I don't like being blocked on them, and it's hurting me. So stop. All right. Anyway, I'm ending this. Have a blessed one. Catch you next time. Later. Yeah. All right. Later. Yeah.